Hello, ma'am. We are the Group 6 and our country is Philippines and Canada. Introduction. The Philippines, formerly the Republic of the Philippines, is a Southeast Asian archipelago. It is located in the Western Pacific Ocean and consists of approximately 7,640 islands that are divided into three primary geographical divisions from north to south: Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. The Philippines is well known for its stunning beaches and delectable produce. The archipelago was named after King Philip II of Spain and is located in Southeast Asia.
The Philippines contains 7,641 islands, making it one of the world's largest archipelagos. For its distinctiveness and rich history, Filipino culture is one of the most well-known in the world. Filipinos are known for their friendliness and hospitality, so much respect for the elderly, a Filipino culture and virtue that the locals are quite proud of.
Canada. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories stretched from the Atlantic to the Pacific and northward into the Arctic Ocean, encompassing 9.98 million square kilometers and making it the world's second largest country in terms of total area, with Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom as its head of state. Canada is a federal parliamentary democracy and a constitutional monarchy.
At the federal level, the country is officially bilingual, meaning residents can communicate with government officials in either English or French. Important values such as pride, belief in quality and diversity, and respect for all people are shared by all Canadians. These ideals have earned Canada the reputation of being a welcoming, peaceful, and secure country.
So this is our table comparison of Philippines and Canada. Cultural element, gender equality. In the Philippines, when it comes to work, men's work is far more demanding than women's. Some women in Canada do work that is comparable to that of men. Here in the Philippines, it is not common for women to confess. In Canada, it is common for women to confess. Women in the Philippines are supposed to be good housewives. Men are supposed to provide for their needs. Both men and women can provide for their family in Canada. Expressing emotions. In the Philippines, you live near and are intertwined with your siblings, families, parents, cousins, and lifelong friends. In Canada, you will not have a natural community. In the Philippines, ma'am or sir is used to frequently. In Canada, it's barely used. In the Philippines, people don't really apologize, which is tied to Filipino pride. In Canada, they are known to be quite apologetic, and the word sorry is considered very Canadian. In the Philippines, traffic laws are seldom followed. In Canada, people obey the laws for the most part, like 90% of the time. In the Philippines, karaoke is pretty standard. In Canada, it's not common. Differences between Philippines and Canada. Filipino culture is very sharing, especially more among the poorer people. If you walk by anyone, even strangers who are eating, they will usually invite you to eat with them. People are not shy to borrow something, and people often feel obligated to share their resources. It's not that Canadians are not sharing, but there is such a difference in the culture. Canadians are also independent. Being independent and being responsible for yourself is really stressed in Canada. It is in the culture. Canadians often believe in the tough love principle, which means not helping someone, even a family member, so that they will learn to be responsible. Canadians raise their children from a young age to be responsible and independent. Not so in the Philippines.
Canadians are very busy and have a fast-paced agenda. Even children have a busy schedule with sports and lessons of various kinds. The Philippines is a much slower pace for many people. Even in the malls or any supermarket, the Filipinos walk so slow. Everything seems to move slowly in the Philippines, including cashiers or any business transactions. The business and government systems and processes are not streamlined nor seem to be concerned with the time. Most paperwork is done by hand. Filipinos are very good at waiting patiently, sometimes for hours.
In the Philippines, the culture is very subtle, gracious, polite, pleasant, and non-confrontive. If anyone would speak a small hint of something negative about someone or something, it would speak volumes and would be heard loudly. Canadians would generally miss the hint. In Canada, people speak very directly and confrontative, which is perceived by many Asian cultures to often be rude. Also, the culture in the Philippines is mostly very light-hearted and upbeat. You will see people smiling everywhere and being very friendly. They may have big problems or hardships, but they appear to be very happy. It's part of the culture.
Filipino culture is very sharing, especially more among the poorer people. If you walk by anyone, even strangers who are eating, they will usually invite you to eat with them. People are not shy to borrow something and people often feel obligated to share. There is such a difference in the culture. Canadians are also independent. Being independent and being responsible for yourself is really stress in Canada. It is in the culture. Canadians often believe in the thought love principles, which means not helping someone, even a family member, so that they will learn to be responsible. Canadians raise their children from a young age to be responsible and independent, not so in the Philippines.
Respect for elders. In the Philippines, even older sisters and brothers, aunts, uncles, etc., are respected and obeyed. Any person older than you is to be spoken to respectfully. Extended family living together in the Philippines, families are not so independent like in Canada. They take care of one another and still feel tied to their adult family members. Many Filipinos work abroad and send back money to support extended family. Family ties are much closer in the Philippines. This creates other big differences. In Canada, almost everybody works, husband and wife, and even teenagers. In the Philippines, there are many adults who do not work. There is seldom a house with no one at home, and elder people retire much earlier in the Philippines, and the next generation takes care of them. Maybe that's why they have many children, also because birth control is forbidden in this strong Catholic nation. That's all, ma'am. Thank you.